Hello, my name is Chris Sebastian, Christopher Michael Sean Sebastian. I was born November 12, 1957 in Rockledge, Florida. I'm an American citizen. My mother and father are American citizens. And I am producing this video because of savagery, brutality, treason, and I have it documented in terms of acts and facts that, with use of laws and the examination of such acts and facts, will prove that treason has occurred and that our Constitution has been intentionally sabotaged. Our constitutional rights to life, to liberty, to property, through the use of due process, because all law begins with constitutional law. And I will show in the process of this long and involved video, because the issues are complicated and the events have been twisted and scheming has gone on, and it has gone on over an 8-year period of time. So there is a lot to discuss and a lot to show in terms of acts and facts and laws that have been breached, and what those breaches are described as in law, and to show the criterions that are necessary to be shown that meets the criterions of law. For instance, let me start off with the law of treason. This is Black's Law Dictionary. You can see it's 5th edition, and on page 1345 you have treason defined. It's a law book. And it says, the offense of attempting by overt acts to overthrow the government of the state to which the offender owes allegiance, or of betraying the state into the hands of a foreign power. Treason consists of 2 elements: adherence to the enemy and rendering him aid and comfort. Then it cites a number of cases, Kramer versus U.S. North. The sites I will spare you from. If you wish to look at the sites in this law book, you can as well. A person can be convicted of treason only on the testimony of 2 witnesses or on confession in open court. Anyway, it goes on to describe treason, and it also mentions in this misprision of treason, which is the next law I'm going to describe, because by law I have to communicate the fact that treason has occurred, that a coup is in process, or that a nascent elite is trying to wrest controls and authority from the Constitution and vest themselves with the ultimate authority, even though they swore the allegiance and their authority stems from upholding the Constitution according to the mandates of law that are very specific and require acts for them to commit and uphold, and things that are not allowed to be omitted in their correct action. It also describes incorrect action, for that matter. But let's get back to the misprision, because I want to be clear to whomever sees this video that once the evidence has been shown, they also are required by law to write a judge and the president and tell them that they have seen that treason is in progress, and that is to stop treason. Unfortunately, it seems like our prior, well, definitely our prior, and currently our current president are actively involved in sabotaging and destroying the Constitution rather than defending and protecting it. But let's get back to misprision Misprision on page 902 of Black's Law Dictionary reads, a word used to describe an offense which does not possess a specific name, though we do have, it goes on, but then it goes to talk about misprision of felony, which is an offense of concealing a felony committed by another without such previous concert with or subsequent assistance to the felons as would make the party concealing an accessory before or after the fact. Whoever having knowledge of an actual commission of a felony, cognizable by a court of the United States, conceals and does not as soon as possible make known the same to some judge or other person in civil or military authority under the United States, is guilty of the federal crime of misprision of felony. And then it goes to discuss misprision of treason. The bare knowledge and concealment of an act of treason or treasonable plot by failing to disclose it to the appropriate officials, that is, without any assent or participation therein, for if the latter elements be present, the party becomes a principal. And the rules require that they, as mentioned, make known public officials, and that is all citizens who are subject to the United States laws. In any case, let's get to the beginning of all of this. It all started at the end of 2001, right after 9/11. I took a battery of tests because my folks were interested in my capacities and what my interests were for work and things like that. Though I was happily involved in a little graphic and printing business, which I had already built, I decided to humor my folks and take this battery of tests. When I took the battery of tests, the results that came back were a little astonishing to me. One of the IQ testing sets of tests is what's known as reasoning IQ, and the test came back that I had reasoning IQ in the 99th percentile. There is no 100%. It's as high an IQ as you can get in the reasoning side of IQ. And from what I'm given to inform, though I'm not what I've been informed, but though I'm not a psychiatrist, is that that reasoning IQ is the most important side of IQ, though it's divided in different areas. The other side of my IQ was not as high in measurements, but the reasoning side, as I said, was at the very top of the charts. And when I came back from that discovery, I was tested by a woman who is a graduate of Harvard University. And when I came back after having taken the battery of tests, I said to myself, well, what does this mean and how can I put it to a good use, earn some income from it, and so on. And I decided that maybe it meant that I could reason things through, and I tried to put that to work. And the first thing I tried to put my mind to work on in terms of creating an invention, a new system, was on how to protect our planes from hijackers. As you will recall, in September of 2001, the trade towers were destroyed, and we were scrambling planes all the time, ready to shoot down our own passenger jets if they flew out of air traffic control parameters. And we were wasting a lot of man and material, and everybody was really rather traumatized by the attack that had occurred. And I thought that there had to have been a better way than blowing our own jets out of the sky if they took a wrong turn, since pilots have been known to do that without being terrorists. And so I started working on a system. I started researching